The Grow Garden Cosmetics update is officially here, and there was so much more added into the game than I could have imagined. This video is mainly going to cover the new mechanics and features of this update, but there were a ton of new furniture items added in, like so many. So I'm hoping to put out a video just looking at the furniture items here very soon. I also put a lot of time and effort into these videos, making them as thorough and interesting as I can. So if you enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I also need to put out a huge PSA. I am filming all of this on the Grow Garden testing server. A lot of what I show you will be the same as when it's released to you on the public servers, but some things may change. Okay, let's look at this update. The cosmetics update adds a whole new way of playing the game. Instead of growing a garden, we are building our gardens. This doesn't just add in little decorations, we also get items like floors, paths, and walls to really customize our space. But first, you'll want to expand your garden to have plenty of room to place things. Doing this is very similar to what we saw in the leaks. You walk over to the side of your garden that you want to make larger, and you'll see a sign that says expand your garden. If you have enough shekels, hold down the button and it'll purchase a little bit of extra space for you. This really isn't a ton of space, but you can do this on both sides and the back of your garden, and that definitely adds up. The space it does add is more so path than anything else, so I might just prioritize my plant beds for planting seeds and avoid putting many new cosmetics anywhere besides these green areas, so I have more space for my plants. It also looks like there's a cooldown between expansions. As you can see here, I have a timer on this sign, but you can skip the cooldown with Robux if you'd like to. Now that our garden is expanded, let's go look at the new cosmetics shop. It's located right over here in between the egg shop and the gear shop. So if you don't want to walk all the way over here each time, make sure you buy some of the recall wrenches. If you talk to Sam, he will open up this menu for you, displaying all the different items you're able to buy in this restock. Right now on the test server, the restock timer is only 30 seconds, which will definitely not be the case once the update rolls out, so please just ignore that. But look at all the different items there are. It seems to be ordered where rarer, expensive things sit here up top and the more common, cheaper items are at the bottom. This is clearly a very free-to-play friendly update as everything here costs shekels. There are Robux purchasing options too, of course, but if you played the game for a while, these are all super reasonable shekel prices. I've also noticed from watching a couple of restocks that there's usually at least one crate option to buy, which gives you a mystery item like the seed packs or egg stew. You can click the little question mark on a crate to see everything you can get and the percent chance you have at getting a specific item. A lot of these crates have at least one really hard item to find, so those will be fun to hunt for. Now let's look at the mechanics. Once you've bought an item, you can go up here and click this new tools icon to access your cosmetics inventory. I personally am so relieved they're separating the decorations from your main inventory space, so I still have room for picking fruits. In your inventory, you can see your total items, max capacity being 250, and your placed items, of which you can place up to 60. You can also search for specific items, and you can expand the inventory to make it larger and easier to scroll through. So let's try placing something down. Say I want to put this item in my garden. If I try to click on it while outside of my garden, I get a little pop-up and it won't let me place it down. So you have to be within your garden boundaries to use the cosmetics. Once I'm in my garden, I can click an item and it'll place in front of me, like this. Now, obviously I don't want it here in the middle of my path, so to move and rotate my object, I click it and get this little pop-up. This button on the left is how you move decor around your farm. I found a lot of these decorating features work best in third person, but this button also works in first person if you prefer that. Okay, I'm gonna place this over here. Now I want to rotate it a bit, and that's what the second button does. If you click and drag, you can actually see that you get a ton of freedom on how your decor is aligned. Look at that! And if you want to put something away, just click this little box icon on the right. And there it goes in my inventory. Now I'm gonna bring a couple items back out because look at this. When I say they've added a lot of building freedom, I mean it. You can actually place cosmetics onto each other. You can even place cosmetics on your plants. This gives endless possibilities to how you utilize these items. I mean, look at this example. Mystical here made an entire house out of these new items. It looks like it's mainly floor and wall pieces all rotated and stacked onto each other. It's even furnished inside. I will definitely have to try making something like this myself. Isami also made this cute little shed. I love that the gnomes are like living in it. But this is another way you can use the floors and walls to make an actual little living space. This is all really exciting, but I do have one warning for you all, and it is that everywhere I have looked in this test server, I found absolutely no way to sell cosmetics. Nothing! I'm sure this will be changed soon, and if you see a way to sell them, please let me know in the comments because I really need it. If there isn't a way yet, be a bit selective on what you're purchasing. I was buying things left and right, and I have already run out of inventory space. Now I'm going to take a quick pause showing this building stuff to show a couple other really great QOL or quality of life changes that were added in this update. And I do have timestamps listed in the description, so if you want to skip this and look at more cosmetic stuff, you totally can. Do you see this arrow on the right side of my screen? You may have actually already seen this in some of the public servers. They started rolling this out last night before the update officially came out. If you click it, you get the new pets pop-out menu. No more running after your pets desperately trying to feed them. Here you can see their names and ages, their hunger level and experience level. You can feed them and even pick them up. It also tells you how many active pets you have in the top left. The only thing I don't see available is somewhere to view pet descriptions, but this pickup button makes it a lot easier to grab a pet and place it in front of you if you do want to view its traits. You may have also noticed as I was walking around that the restock timer for the seed shop is now visible above the stand, so you can see it from all around the map. Again, this change is really just for convenience and is not a necessity at all, but I think it's really helpful. The last QOL change I noticed was, of course, the mutations pop-ups. When you look at a harvestable plant, you now get a little pop-up that says the name of the fruit, as well as any mutations it may have listed underneath. I actually saw someone comment on one of my TikToks saying this will be really helpful for their colorblind friend, who struggles a bit to differentiate the mutations. And I'm ashamed to say I hadn't even considered that. There's a lot of benefits to this little change, and I hope it helps you out too. I want to open up some crates, but first there's something new in the shop. We get limited items available each update here at the top of the shop, and now we have an exotic cosmetic crate available to purchase. If you're like me and generally don't spend Robux, this may not interest you as much, but the items look pretty cool. The most common item you can get looks like a little bunny statue, with a 37% chance you'll pull it. The second rarest item is at a 2.5% chance of pulling it, and it is a gold statue. And the rarest item at a 0.5% chance of pulling it is the same statue, but platinum. All the items in here are super blingy. Definitely a way to show off your Robux wealth. Now, here's a couple crates I opened up. You may have actually noticed a couple things I got out of these around my garden in previous clips, since I actually recorded these crate opening videos before the clips I was showing you earlier. The first one I opened was a sign crate. And notice that as I open it, the item plops out and into my inventory, like I'm opening an egg. I got a little keep out sign, so if you want to be left alone, this is perfect for you. Then I opened up this statue crate, and I got the item I wanted most out of it, a scarecrow. Isn't it cute? Next was this classic gnome crate, and I got this little bacon hair looking guy. He was a lot tinier than I expected. Finally, I opened up the fun crate, and this was one of the rarest crates I saw in the shop, so I tried to save it for last. And look what I got, a trampoline. This is actually the rarest item you can get out of this crate at a 1.23% chance of pulling it. If only I had this kind of luck in the public servers. The crates are a really fun way to have that mystery, almost blind box opening kind of thrill, but I'm really glad we get non-mystery items to purchase in the shop too. Now that's about it for the new additions, but I really love all of these light related items in here. We've got lampposts and we've got torches, all of these different items that emit light into your garden. So I'd really like to use some of the new cosmetics to make a quick, cute build. So let's see what I come up with. I've got limited items now that I've got a full inventory, so that'll make things a bit more difficult. And I'm trying to put out all the items I know emit some form of light to just see what I want to use. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. I feel like the rain made them just that much brighter. So where do I want to build something? The only seeds I really have access to were given to me by a developer, so I have like over 100 of all the different types of lunar glow seeds, and also a bunch of cacao seeds. Let's do something under my giant beanstalk. I'm picturing something really lush and green. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Just like how you get little mutations pop-ups now, if you look at a plant that is still growing, it will actually tell you the amount of time it has left until it is fully grown. It makes a lot more sense to me than the percentage grown, so I am definitely in favor of this change. Okay, what bench options do I have? Let's do this one. Okay, I think this is just a glitch with the arches in general. Their hitboxes seem pretty large, so if you place anything underneath them, you are not going to be able to get them back out without moving the arch first. Oh, I love these lanterns though. Okay, these disco fruits have got to go. It's just not fitting the vibe at all. Okay, and I don't know if this was a good decision, but I'm putting these little floor lights along the path because it feels a little whimsy to me, but I don't know if it's giving the vibe I'm hoping for. You tell me. Oh my gosh, that is the biggest star fruit I think I've ever seen. I mean, I guess I'm in luck. That's kind of what I was going for. I think I'm gonna plant a moon blossom too to add in some color. Now, come on. That is pathetic. I will just use one of my other moon blossoms for this. Oh my gosh, and I totally forgot about this too. There's also a rotate option on the trowel now, and it is still a little bit glitchy on the testing server, but that is a really nice change. Okay, I think I'm just about done. I really like it though. I can't wait to have the time to check this out a little bit more and try it out in my own garden. It's like a little fairy tale. And with that all finished, that is everything that has been added in the new cosmetics update. And I will add, there are a couple of things I know for sure I didn't include in this video. For example, they've added in a new tornado weather event, but I just unfortunately didn't get to see this happen in my server. There's also a couple unique mutations and items that come with the Monster Mash event happening prior to the update's release, which you will just have to see for yourself. Honestly, I think this is one of the best updates Girl Garden has had so far. It appeals to a whole new demographic of people who are often interested in games like The Sims and other house decorating simulators. We've got so many new possibilities. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of new content from creators, like build tutorials, themed builds, and aesthetic garden videos. I'm really looking forward to it. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I'll be looking at as many of the new decorations as possible here soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!